Thank you. I'm a crier. So I looked up the actual definition of trailblazer, and it means someone who blazes a trail to be followed by others. And that's an honor to hear that you're being associated with a concept like that. But the only thing I can hope that something like this award inspires is originality. Because the trailblazers that I've looked up to and been inspired by are people like Gilda Radner and Bill Murray and John Candy and Charlie Chaplin and the Beatles and J.D. Salinger and Lorne Michaels, who reminds me of the importance of comedy, and Cameron Crowe, whose work consistently reminds me why I want to be an actor. And those people are my creative trailblazers, but I am not following any of their paths. And what's incredible about them is they help make me want to be more myself because they're all originals. And I hope that you'll find your trailblazers, and trust me, I do not need to be one of them. I probably shouldn't be one of them. But that you'll continue to harness your own originality and what makes you unique, because I know that when you're a teenager, and even sometimes when you're an adult, what sets you apart can feel like a burden, and it's not. And a lot of the time, it's what makes you great. So, I kind of sound like I live in a van down by the river right now. But I am deeply touched and grateful for this. Thank you.
Thank you, Logan, Eddie, and Jonah. You guys are gonna make me cry. That was so nice. So after seeing this clip, I look back at all of the work I've done over the last 14 years, and many things come to mind. Most importantly, how bad my hair was in the first Harry Potter film. But the cool thing is that you have supported me in all of my awkwardness and allowed me to grow into the kind of actress and kind of person that I hope to be. So thank you very much for that. Becoming yourself is really hard and confusing, and it's a process. I was completely the eager beaver in school. I was the girl in the front of the class who was the first person to put her hand up. And it's often not cool to be the person that puts themselves out there, and I've often gotten teased mercilessly. But I found that ultimately, if you truly pour your heart into what you believe in, even if it makes you vulnerable, amazing things can and will happen. I'm so honored to be receiving this, and I promise to keep making the best work that I can for all of you, and thank you so much. Thank you.
Wow, okay. I was here 3 years ago, I think it was 3 years ago, when Emma Stone won this award, and I was in the audience, and I remember what she said because it stayed with me all of these years. She came up here and she defined what a trailblazer was, which is an innovator, someone who forges a new path. And in her speech, Emma said, you know, we meet thousands of people who, maybe I'm elaborating, maybe she didn't say that, but we meet thousands of people who we feel inspired by, but we'll never be anyone other than ourselves. And in thinking about that, and thinking about this whole concept of trailblazing, I realized that we can't fully be ourselves without a community. We can't be ourselves without people to reflect back to us who we really are. And in that, I keep marveling at this idea of who we pick up along the trail, along our ways, and who becomes our communities. So whoever your community is, what am I trying to say? I just have no idea. Looking at all of you, I know some of you, I don't know some of you, but for all of you who have been pillars to me, thank you. And for all of you who I've been able to be a pillar for, I will continue to be a pillar for. And so whoever your community is, be pillars for those people, and I was gonna say let's blaze on, but I don't know if I can say that. So let's trailblaze on. Have a good night.
Look, I was so elated when I heard I was going to get the Trailblazer Award that I decided to look up what the word actually means. According to the dictionary, it means to be a pioneer or an innovator. And I'm extremely grateful that you guys see me in that light. But I believe the only reason why I'm even allowed to stand here is because of a few other trailblazers that some of you might not be aware of. And I discovered these trailblazers when I watched a brilliant documentary I saw many years ago called Paris is Burning. This movie was released in 1990, and it documents the lives of some of the bravest human beings to ever walk the face of this earth. Jenny Livingston's film takes an intimate look at ball culture in Harlem, New York in the 1980s. And it introduced me to trailblazers such as Pepper LaBeija, Dorian Corey, Angie Extravaganza, and Willie Ninja, just to name a few. Tonight, I want to share this award with them. I want to do what we as a society should have done a long time ago, and that's give them the glory and the shine they deserve. A lot of people featured in this film are no longer with us, but their legacies will never die because they live on in all of us. And every time someone says shade or talks about reading or just decides to serve face for no reason at all, please look up to the sky and give thanks because we owe them a huge debt of gratitude. They strutted through a brick wall so we wouldn't have to. Thank you so much for this award. God bless y'all. Good night.